standing up, so... Now, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anyone here who's feeling slightly nervous, a wee bit apprehensive, almost queasy at the thought of what lies ahead, well, it's probably because you've just married Ken Hill.
Okay, let me first say that the bridesmaids look absolutely smashing today. I'm sure everyone will agree, and they are only rightly outshone by our bride Rachel. I'm sure you'll agree with me, gentlemen in the room, that today is a very, very sad day for single men, and none of beauties left available left. Ladies, I'm sure you'll agree, it's passing without much of a ripple.
So for anyone that doesn't know us, I'm Johnny and this is Ewan. Today, as he said, we're Ken's two best men. It's a great honour to be standing here today, and when I think back over the past 20 or so years that I've known Ken, we really have been through thick and thin together. Luckily, I've had a good look around, and none of them are here today.
It's great to see everyone enjoying the wedding today. But I have to say, being the best man, you get to see what happens behind the scenes of these kind of shindigs. Let me tell you, it isn't pretty. Tears, hissy fits, chucking lipstick, hair pieces all over the place. Luckily, I heard Rachel was better behaved than the group.
Okay, as we've been telling you for the last 10 or so years, you're a very lucky man. Rachel is beautiful, kind, caring, funny, and probably most importantly, as far as you're concerned, a domestic goddess.
At this point, I'm going to give a collective thank you from the gents or the boys in the room here that are going to spread across 4 tables. Rachel's been hugely tolerant over the years of the boys hanging about in the house essentially. We go in there, we watch football, sport in general, eat a lot of food, sometimes drink, sometimes, well, most of the time talk a lot of rubbish. And once in a while she provides a very handy taxi service, even a bed for walker as and when required. So with that, we, as a collective thank you on behalf of the boys.
And Rachel, you're a very lucky lady, as well. You're lucky.
One thing you notice about weddings is that nobody ever seems to pay the groom a compliment. I think you'll agree Kenny's looking pretty sharp today.
Woo!
Kenny's actually one of the hairiest men in Britain. And with that in mind, I'd like to thank Dumfries Sheep Shearers and maybe Fan Pat again.
Now, as is tradition, we're under strict orders to keep this clean. So we're not going to mention a time our security guard woke Ken up in Cavos, trousers down, manhood in hand. We're not going to tell you about his sleazy past, similar to that of Thomas Hiddleston. Much worse than me. I'm not going to mention about the time he had some handbags outside jumping jacks with the minister's son. And we're definitely not going to tell you about his semi-excitement on stage.
From speaking to Peter, it was quite obvious. Trying to do some research for this speech. The stories we got about how they got together and about other kind of key points in the relationship, they kind of differed wildly from what Rachel says to what Kenny says. So we're going to tell you both sides of the story. You can, and for the purpose of this, we're going to do a bit of role play. I'm going to give a bash. Give me a wee second. First night in the yard, he would always pester me, tell me to dump my current boyfriend for a real man. Then I realised this hunk you and Mark was available. By the time I gave him a text, he rejected me, so I had to settle again.
I saw her in the yard. She was always giving me the eyes across the bar. Came up, commented how cool the red stripe in my hair was. Absolute wanker for 3 AM.
Pestered me so much, I eventually gave him my phone number. He filled my inbox full of cheesy lines. Are you a parking ticket? You've got fine written all over you. If you're a chicken, you'd be impeccable. Are you Irish? My penis is Dublin.
She couldn't wait to give me her number. I knew she wanted her inbox filled.
Oh God.
We went on our first date to Carlisle to see Ocean's 12. He was so sweet and romantic. But the only thing he had was this really horrible looking blue cat. And a massive body kit. I was hoping it wasn't to compensate for somebody else being small.
I could see her eyes widening at the awe of the Corsa. That definitely sealed the deal. We went to see Ocean's 12. I just hoped she knew it was about ooh, I've got this wrong. The size of the waves and not the motion of the ocean.
Valentine's Day 2005 is a day I'll never forget. Flowers were delivered to my flat at university. A barber shop quartet serenaded me on the walk to lectures. And a dove flew in, dropped a Valentine's card onto my lap. Proposal was that I just couldn't refuse. Yes, I did want to be Kenny Hempson's girlfriend.
Rach was keen to make us BBO official, to warn all the other women. Anyway, I thought it could be a good chance to lose my virginity.
I finally got our own place together. I'm looking forward to cooking our favourite meals together. Snuggling on the couch, just the two of us, and having some space to do my schoolwork.
Finally, we got our own place together. Can't wait to have my tea made for me every night, all the boys round to watch the football, and Rach teaching me a lesson in every room.
I came down the stairs on Christmas Day. Kenny held the ring out in front of me. My heart melted. It was everything I'd ever dreamed of.
Just before Christmas, Rachel was making a really big deal about being late for everything this month. So I felt it was the honourable thing to do. Now obviously there's a wee bit of artistic license used there. But in all seriousness, Ken acts like a bit of a lad with the boys, but we all know that deep down, Rachel wears the trousers.
This was it's probably never more obvious than when they first moved into the house. They were undressing for bed one night, and Kenny takes his trousers off and launches them at Rachel, and he says, "Right, put those on." She puts them on, obviously. Kenny's quite a big boy, so she puts them on. They're out to about here, double the size of her waist. She says, "Kenny, I can't wear your trousers." And he says, "Aye, that's right. Don't forget it." Trousers in this house. Rach is never the quick thinker, so she takes off her underwear and she flips them to Kenny. Kenny's thinking, "Oh, here we go." So he gets the underwear and he's trying it on, and he can't get it past his thighs. He says, "Rach, I can't get into your pants." And she says, "Aye, don't forget that."
Now, on doing some research for this speech, there's a recurring theme that ran throughout. Kenny has a big problem keeping his bodily fluids in. When we tell you the next few stories, you're probably going to wonder the same as us. Why exactly is Rachel still
Incident number 1. There was a time when poor old Rachel went to pick Kenny up after Walker's birthday, actually it was. I still remember picking him up, and Kenny proceeded to be sick all over the car, passenger seat, floor, dash floor, pretty much the whole thing. So that was incident number 1.
Incident number 2. Kenny had been for a fairly big night and stayed at Keith and Irene's with Rachel. He woke up sort of in the middle of the night, fairly distressed, a wee bit confused. Rates the arm and the shoulder. I'm not going to make it. Proceeds to pee all over the bedroom. He just looks at the very tolerant new Mrs. Henderson and says, "I can't make it stop."
Possibly you're thinking the first two, you just can't hold this baby, but the first two can put down the side effects of alcohol. But on this occasion, this is number 3 by the way, Kenny just returned home from work for his lunch. He goes home every lunchtime. And sat down and he just made it. He was just made his feast of lunch and unfortunately he sat down and he chose to expel a little bit of yesterday's lunch into his boxes.
I'm sure the cleaners at work will be glad to see the back of Kenny and his use of the toilet brush to push those tricky flushers. The phantom shitter.
Right, Kenny also, for those of you that don't know, he's got his own take in the English language. So we're going to give you a few examples, a few quotes, and his own interpretations of things that you want here, so carry on.
So going through airport security, I think it was Scott Kennedy's stag do, and Ken gets pulled out for a random search, asked to stand with his legs shoulder width apart. He duly obliges with when
we were down in Wales at rugby one time, some random punter says, "Hey, are you Welsh?" And he replies, "Why, aye, man."
the confusing Tom's bigger but Marco's definitely smaller.
He's also put his own spin on many well-known cliches that you probably have heard over your years. For example, "I don't want to count my eggs."
Every cloud has a sugar lining.
He's as brave as a badger, boy.
The lion can't change his spots.
And even on Wednesday night there, it was never more prevalent. We were at the wedding rehearsal, and when asked if he took thee, Rachel, he replied, not with "I do," as you would, but a big long pause, and he says, "Yes."
But under pressure, as we all seen today, he got it right and he confessed his love for Rachel. Now, don't know whether to mention it, but she wasn't in fact his first love. I remember at school, he would spend hours fussing over his first love, messing around together, and it was young, innocent, beautiful love. However, it was probably shortly after his 17th birthday when things started to change. Everyone could see what was happening. Kenny just couldn't let go. Trying to wax over the cracks, to make things right, but it was the end and it was obvious. So I had to tell him, "Mate, your hair is not coming."
The absence of Kenny's hair really hit home to Kenny one Saturday last year. We were doing our usual Saturday ritual of go to town, we get some food, go to the bookies, then go to rugby. And we walked past the people from the school I worked at. Said, "Good morning," and carried on our day. Monday morning I go in, right to the station, the old Liam strides in and says, "Hey sir, is that your dad that's seen you?"
Both of us first met Kenny through rugby, myself at the age of 8 and Ewan later on in our late teens. And he's been a stalwart for Dumfries for the last 10 years. In his younger years he was known, fans and local press, as the youthful fullback, the Saints speedster, the Dumfries' try machine, the flying winger.
But sadly age has caught up. The descriptions have changed slightly. We've got the veteran winger. Quite often used the winger who can't tackle. Bobby Charlton.
No.
And my personal favourite, the baldy ball carrier.
Aww.
However, nobody can deny that playing first team rugby for 10 years is a great achievement and one that should be commended.
Woo!
As I'm sure Rachel, Joan others in the room will know, Kenny has an amazing appetite. You can go out for a three-course meal